the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. In order for the relay to be successful for the next 20 years, volunteers and staff alike are committed to building greater event efficiency. Given market research and discussions with various volunteer and staff groups across the country, it has become clear that the basic functions of relay committees need to improve. Need to improve in the areas of leadership development, team development, survivor development, event development, fundraising development.
Everyone wants their relay to be successful, to grow every year, to have more teams, to have more survivors, to raise more money, wanting everyone to have fun, but to also understand why we participate in relay and what the American Cancer Society offers. The question is, where do you as relay leaders begin?
You begin with your Relay for Life committee. Every relay committee began as 8 people, just sitting around a table trying to figure out what relay was all about. The more successful events made a commitment to grow their committees, to add more subcommittees and people on those subcommittees, to have their chair serve a 2-year term and then step down and take on a new role. They made a commitment to expand the number of people in relay leadership, and they made a commitment to operate in a different way, to plan, to set goals, to evaluate how they were doing from year to year. Now, for some, this sounds like running a business, and in a sense it is. Relay is in the business to save lives, to educate its community on what the American Cancer Society is and what programs and services it offers to its communities. One chair said it best when he told a friend, "When Relay became a community event instead of our committee's event, when we saw how much Relay was changing people's lives, we owed it to our community to change how we operated. We made a commitment to improve year-round."
Teams, teams, teams. This has been the mantra of Relay. They can be found everywhere. Families, businesses, schools, faith-based organizations, service clubs. They need to be recruited. They need to be mentored in fundraising, and they need to be retained from year to year. Now, the workload to do all this seems quite daunting, if not overwhelming. So how do you build team development into a manageable activity?
Team development at most successful relays is actually handled by a team of people, not just 1 or 2 individuals. Each of the team development activities, recruitment, mentoring, retention, collecting data on teams, and outreach to diverse communities, has its own separate subcommittee, able to focus on its own specific area. Take, for instance, a team recruitment subcommittee. This subcommittee would be made up of individuals that focus on very specific areas of the community. A church deacon might recruit teams from faith-based organizations. A Rotarian president might recruit teams from service clubs. A hospital PR person could recruit from health providers. And this way, the workload is divided up between multiple areas, and more teams are recruited from the community. The key here is that team development is actually handled by a team of people.
Do you know how many cancer survivors are in your community? Do you know how many survivors return to your relay every year? Have you ever asked them to have teams? Have you ever asked them to be part of your committees? Have you educated them on the programs and services offered by the American Cancer Society? Why not?
We oftentimes are hesitant to fully engage cancer survivors in relay. We invite them for a reception, for an opening lap, for some activities. But do your community's cancer survivors understand that they can have teams beyond the committee, that the entire relay is about survivorship? Strong events are using their benchmarking tools to determine how many survivors there are in their community, working to retain survivor participation from year to year, and providing survivors opportunities to volunteer for the American Cancer Society. At our best relays, survivors are present throughout the event. For events that are struggling, well, survivors eat the cake, walk their lap, and head home. They never fully understand that they were needed more than anyone else to win this battle against cancer.
What creates the relay experience? That feeling we get at relay which is so hard to explain to people? What creates the hope, the healing, the camaraderie, the friendships, and the sense of purpose? Is it the survivor's lap? Is it the luminaria ceremony, the ceremony of hope? Or is it the fun, activities, games, and entertainment?
It's all of these things, beginning the relay with a well-coordinated opening ceremony, an inspirational survivor's lap, a luminaria ceremony that provides both an opportunity to grieve and an opportunity to find hope. A relay event filled with activities that brings teams together in all sorts of ways helps create a sense of community, of shared purpose, and bonds teams together. A well-run relay is inspirational, healing, energizing, fun, and the teams are often the ones that coordinate this fun, coming up with their own ideas to implement during the event. In a not-so-inspirational relay, well, they turn off the music and go to sleep.
Is your event teaching fundraising? Or are you assuming that everyone just gets how to fundraise? Even if you do teach fundraising, is it just saying write a letter or have a garage sale? What if people don't really know how to write a strong letter or how to maximize their garage sale? What if you're teaching the team captain, but the information is not being passed along to the team?
In order to strengthen fundraising efforts, relay committees need to ensure that fundraising best practices reach every participant, not just team captains. It's not enough, however, to just give out these best practices. Fundraising activities must be explained with how-to steps to maximize their success. Provide example fundraising letters, for instance. Have a team explain how they did their bake sale, raising $2,000. Have teams teach teams. Everyone involved in relay can fundraise in 4 basic ways. Individually, like sending a letter to your Christmas list. Team-based fundraising, where your team hosts a dinner, a dance, an auction, a bake sale. A multi-team fundraiser, where a number of teams join together for a mammoth garage sale, for instance. And on-site fundraising, which provides not only dollars, but entertainment for your team as well. Your relay committee's job is to ensure that fundraising excellence by both individuals and teams is recognized and rewarded. Those events that have a culture of recognizing fundraising achievements have increased the overall level of friendly fundraising competition, both between individuals and teams. Everyone wants their relay for life to be the most successful possible, and the 5 Ds are a roadmap to reaching that success. In implementing the 5 Ds, you may have to change how your committee operates, how you operate as a relay leader, how you run your event. But the return on making these changes is great, because you will be empowering more people to fight back in the battle against cancer, thereby ensuring relay success for the next 20 years.